States Armed Forces with Megan Fox. Your local news starts right now.
All right, thanks, Jay.
It happened so fast, victims don't even see it.
But tonight we've got the tape that shows it. How a thief is using two girls to distract her victims and make a clean getaway.
Are the Bears thinking about making a coaching change?
And a new way to beat insomnia without drugs.
And the Obama's first state dinner in the White House. News 6 at 10 begins now.
Now, this is News 6 at 10 in high definition.
Good evening, I'm Nicole Marks.
And I'm Matt Whitney. We begin tonight with a warning as we head into the holiday season. Thieves are out there. They are cunning and they are targeting you. Tonight, a graphic example is caught on tape. It happened so fast you can barely see it. A woman using two girls as decoys makes off with a woman's purse as she types away on her computer. Tonight, the victim has a word for the wise. News 6's Lauren Jickets is live on the city's north side with the latest. Lauren.
It appears that two children were well coached to help the woman swipe the wallet from an unsuspecting customer, cancel her credit cards within 10 minutes. And in that time, the thief had only made about $60 in purchases on her credit card. Reporting live from Lincoln Square, I'm Lauren Jiggets. Back to you.
Lauren, thank you. Now to a developing story tonight from the northwest suburbs. We learned that a 22-year-old soldier from Crystal Lake has been killed in Afghanistan just 22 days before he was to come home on leave. Jason McLeod was a 2006 graduate of Crystal Lake Central High School and a soldier in the Army's 112th Infantry. He leaves behind a wife and a 15-month-old daughter. McLeod was killed in a mortar attack.
Here in Chicago, a police sergeant accused for stealing more than $1 million in union dues is out on bond tonight. Prosecutors say John Polahusky used his position as president of the Police Sergeants Union to embezzle cash, then spent the money on vacations in Vegas, a new house, stays at ritzy hotels, and expensive dinners. He has resigned from his position in the union, but his wife remains the treasurer tonight. She has not been charged with any wrongdoing.
Tonight, a courtroom surprise involving the E2 nightclub tragedy. The stampede took 21 lives and made national news. Now, 6 years later, two owners of the club are sentenced to prison. Tonight, News 6's Alex Perez spoke to the family of one of the victims.
Time helps, but
unanswered questions about what happened out there that night.
The two men were previously cleared and other charges in the E2 case. They also say that they plan to appeal today's sentencing.
Tonight, a moving legacy for a young Chicago boxer who was killed in a championship match, and in death, his family says he is giving the gift of life. Francisco Rodriguez died from his injuries in Philadelphia over the weekend. His family's decision to donate his organs will save 8 other lives, including his uncle, who is in desperate need of a kidney transplant.
It was like a pressure came off my chest, you know. I felt like my brother, said, good job. That's what I needed. You guys to do this for me.
An account has been set up to help the family with medical expenses. Donations can be made at any Chase Bank.
Now to a new aggressive campaign to stop gun violence against Chicago's youth. About 20 of these billboards are going up around the city. They urge people to come forward with information about violent crimes and a promise of $5,000 reward if the tip leads to an arrest. Father Michael Flager and St. Sabina Church are sponsoring the effort.
Mayor Daley was cracking the whip at City Hall today. He called a summit meeting to come up with a plan to stop trade show defections from McCormick Place. Several high-profile, multi-million-dollar conventions pulled out for cheaper locations in recent weeks, so the mayor called a meeting with McPeer and union leaders to stop the bleeding.
Sometimes you have to hit someone with a hammer. Put in everybody in the room and said everybody's going to feel some pain. If you don't accomplish this, no one will be working.
City leaders may also look to state government for help in the form of tax subsidies, which many of Chicago's competitors already have in place.
In Northwest Indiana tonight, a high-profile casino is facing serious financial trouble. The Majestic Star Casino in Gary has filed for bankruptcy protection. Casino officials say they are not planning on any layoffs, and they say the bankruptcy won't affect day-to-day operations. They blame the tough economy. The city of Gary is one of the casino's biggest creditors and stands to lose more than $7 million. Childhood memories go up on the auction block. Today, Kittyland Amusement Park reopened, but only to auction off a few pieces of property as well as some history. Among the rides up for auction, a vintage carousel sold for $365,000, a kiddie car ride that sold for $30,000, and the lobster ride, well, it went for $10 grand. Kiddieland closed September 27th with a dispute among the founder Arthur Fritz's family. Costco has expressed interest in buying the Melrose Park site to build a new store.
There's much more to come here on News 6 at 10. The President and First Lady host their first state dinner. We'll tell you about the Chicagoans who got coveted invitations.
Then it is time to beat the tossing, turning, and yawning, a new way to treat insomnia without drugs.
And is Lovie Smith on the hot seat? What Bill Cowher is saying tonight about the possibility of coaching the Bears. Stay with us.
You're watching News 6 at 10 and High Definition.
A big night in Washington, D.C. for President Obama and Mrs. Obama.
Yep, tonight they are hosting the first state dinner in the White House. It's a dinner that puts Chicago squarely on the world stage. Chicagoans not only helped plan the event, they're also front and center among the dignitaries. News 6's Miriam Brooks reports.
The first couple looks regal as they welcome their guests of honor, the Prime Minister of India and his wife. Oscar winner Jennifer Hudson will perform.
Tonight, under the stars, we celebrate the spirit that will sustain our partnership, the bonds of friendship between our people.
Now, our relationship with India is important because it borders Pakistan, which is close to Afghanistan, an important strategic area to our national security.
Still ahead here at 10, there are reports swirling tonight about Lovie Smith and Bill Cowher.
Then a new way to beat insomnia. We'll show you how it works.
Also tonight, an alert for parents on toys you should definitely take a pass on this holiday season.
And rain moved through the area today. What will it be like for all your important holiday travel day tomorrow? Your weather forecast is coming up. Got sleep? So many people don't that in one recent 10-year period, researchers found a 50% increase in prescriptions for sleep aids. But many people find that medications alone are not enough, and that's where psychologists are stepping into the picture. News 6's Nasita Kwan reports.
You're tossing and turning. You can't stop pacing.
It felt good to just start to feel drowsy and then just nod off.
Nasita Kwan.
Many components of the therapy have been around for a while. It's how sleep researchers are putting them together that's offering the best chance for weary patients to wean themselves off of medication.
In Washington today, an apology from the government after a new revelation involving that massive crib recall. The head of the Consumer Product Safety Commission acknowledged today that he did not move quickly enough on the recall that is linked to 4 deaths. The commission's chairman is now promising swift action to get the dangerous products off the market. More than 2 million drop-side cribs made by Stork-Craft manufacturer of Canada are being recalled.
And tonight, there's trouble in Toyland. A new report reveals that some toys could be more dangerous than fun for your kids. An Illinois consumer group unveiled several potentially dangerous toys today. The Illinois Public Research Group says that the soft plastic in an Elmo lunch bag contains dangerous levels of phthalate, chemicals known to cause reproductive defects. The group also says a seemingly harmless Big Rex and Friends book has 6 times more of the lead than the current safety standards allow.
A soft book, there's absolutely no reason I would think that was a problem. And that's scary, frankly, from a parent's perspective.
How could you know whether this contained lead or not? It's a cloth baby book. It looks absolutely safe. It's something that a child would want to teethe on even.
Another potential problem is this stuffed animal, which includes a toy bottle that could be a choking hazard and a toy cell phone that's volume is too high and could damage a child's ears. Before you do your holiday shopping, check out our website at news6chicago.com for a complete list of potentially dangerous toys and other product recalls.
For the first time in history, the government is imposing fines against airlines for stranding passengers on an airport tarmac. The Transportation Department slapped $175,000 fines against 3 airlines for stranding passengers overnight on a plane in Rochester, Minnesota this summer. Continental, its regional partner, and Mesaba Airlines were all fined in their role for keeping passengers on a plane for 6 hours. Congress is now considering legislation regulating how long airlines can keep passengers waiting on a tarmac.